gave me the opportunity to go on his show, and there I broadcasted my personality. I made a name for myself through what we did on the stream and everything like that. And can I clear up this speculation real quick about Deshay? So me and Deshay did have sex, protected while we were on his show in November of 2023. I contracted HSV2 February 10th, 2024. I did not know that I had it until late March. I cannot give you the exact date yet. I have to go to Piedmont Urgent Care and get that exact date so I can have that exact receipt for you. Right?
Okay.
Okay, she
The
just
last
cleared the
time me
Shay
and him
name
had
up.
vaginal sex
He
was
fucking milk
November
too.
of 2023. So
You
he does not have HSV.
you said vaginal sex. Did you guys later on have oral sex?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you guys have oral sex?
June.
Okay. A few months ago.
But only oral.
Okay.
Only oral.
Hey man, so again, there's gonna be a lot of sex education that's kind of have to be given to like the mass audience who just don't know.
And
There's a lot of taboo stuff. So you said you contracted it from your knowledge in February. How could you prove, or how would you be able to prove when you contracted it? Because from my understanding of that virus is that someone may have it for a unlimited amount of time, but might only know once they have an outbreak. So how did you know that you contracted at that time, as opposed to maybe you
Not
had it all
answering that,
along
Mazino.
and the symptoms presented itself
Not
at
answering
that
that,
time
yo.
that you then went to the urgent care and got tested?
My girlfriend is
Okay.
back. I love my
So
girlfriend.
with collaborating with Gucci, Gucci was the first person I've ever seen an active lesion on, or a lesion ever in my life, with a sexual partner that I've engaged with. A friend of mine, whenever I was in high school, contracted HSV, and I saw her lesions, but it looked nothing like his. It was brand new. It was not a healed sore or nothing. He was the first person I've ever had sex with that I saw something like that with. Not only that, a few days, my first time that I ever experienced any kind of irritant was 5 days after I first had sex with Gucci. On February 15th, I thought that I split open my vagina because whenever we were having sex, I couldn't finish because it hurt so bad. I literally thought that I split it open. It started bleeding and everything. I was so dry whenever everything happened. It literally was so confusing to me. And by then, I had already asked him what it was on his penis. No, I did not ask him the first time we had sex what it was on him. But it was his job as a person who knows, and I don't care what you say, Gucci. Like, respectfully, you know that you lie. You have went over, ran yourself in circles on the stream all night.
Hey,
I need
could we go through that portion, because he said you were aware of the open sore or cut or lesion. He said he had told you that, and you had said, I watched some of your videos. You said that he had told you that he nicked himself while shaving his shaft, and he came on the stream to say after that, because y'all filmed 5 scenes, and you could confirm and deny any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just stating what he said. He said maybe while you were giving him fellatio, your teeth worsened the open cut that made it appear like that on the last video. What's your response to all that, man?
My response is that he did not say anything about his lesion or his sore whenever we first engaged in sexual contact.
At all?
It wasn't at all. It wasn't until February 14th, whenever
Did
we
you
were
notice
laying
it?
in bed.
Did you notice
Huh?
it? Did you
I did.
notice?
Yes, I did see it. My thought process whenever I was coming into it was this was my first collab, professional collab, professional collab. The collaborations that I had prior were all romantic partners that I was comfortable enough to have sex with on camera. He was the first person that I ever had sex with that I did not know prior. And not only that, he was somebody that I was watching online and that I was fantasizing over for the longest. So whenever I got there, I assumed that it was a safe space.
Did you do
I
what did you,
assumed
sorry, what did you think it was? You know, because you know you did see it. So what did you think that it was?
I honestly, whenever I was going into it, I really didn't think much of it. It wasn't. So what's crazy is the reason what made me ask is because I I don't know if I can show the videos anymore, right? But it changed. What it was the first day that I met him turned into 3 different things, you know? I didn't know what it was, what that was on his dick. At first, it was just one little circle, and you can see in the pictures that I posted in that black outfit, you could see that the lesion looked like one little scab. If you scroll over with me in the pink dress, that was the day, February 14th, the day that I asked. You can see that the lesion turned into 3 separate placements. If I have to,
Just asking for clarification. So when I was listening to him, and maybe I don't know if Adin got a
Damn,
different
see, I ain't know about that.
conception of what he was saying. So this,
I ain't gonna lie,
he said y'all
seeing
filmed
that
several
shit
times.
had me
I thought it
feel
was the same day.
disgusted
You're
though,
saying this is
chat.
over several
So I'm like,
days.
bro, ain't no way.
yes,
I would never want that shit to happen to me, bro.
the first
I'm
day
like,
we
hell
filmed
no, that shit look
3
nasty
sets.
as fuck while I seen that
3
shit.
sets. So it was
And
the one
I
that
wasn't
went
like
mega
purposely
viral
trying to
with
go search for the
Danae
shit,
doing
nigga. I stay on Twitter all day and the shit just showed up on the
and then we
timeline,
filmed
nigga.
the
So it
black
wasn't no
set
such
with
shit
the
I was
black and the
searching up, no
fishnets,
none of that.
and then we
I
filmed
just was
another
scrolling
set
through
in the
Twitter
same
and the
B&B
shit
with
popped up
Red.
right there. But
We
that
filmed
shit
3
looked
sets that
so
day.
fucking nasty. I
That day
damn
he
near threw
invited
up,
me to
bro.
fly out to
I swear to
Houston and
God.
spend the week with him, and I agreed. I
Okay.
packed up my bags, I
Mm.
packed up my Airbnb, and I literally flew out there. And there we filmed 2 sets. 3 actually. One was one in the red set. Another one was while I had a pink dress on, and the other one was a threesome while we were drunk.
And it was in Houston that you said, "Hey, your penis looked
Eating
like this
eggs.
the first night, but now you're noticing some difference." That's what you're saying, right?
That's not exactly what I said. No, that's not how it went. I literally, whenever I was laying there, I noticed because over time I noticed that he was like messing with himself. Right? I noticed that he would like put his hand down there. Now I know he was itching it,
So he was itching
and he
it.
would
You
just.
saw him itch it. You saw him start to itch it.
I saw him put his hand down there and fix himself, and now I know that that's a discreet way to scratch your herpes sore.
Got it.
So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, what is that on your dick?" I didn't say, "Oh, it changed over time." No, I just said, "What is that on your dick?" He said, "Oh, I cut myself while shaving." I said, "Oh, that's crazy." But Adin, I completely believe you whenever you say that you get hair on your dick.
I do.
I have an ex that had hair on his dick.
Yes.
So whenever I heard that, I was like, no, I've met a man that had hair on his dick before. And I know it's very rare because I've had sexual partners, numerous sexual partners in the past. There's only one man that I came in contact with that had that, but it's still possible. And you
Okay.
guys can get a doctor to come on here and talk about it.
So that's
It's
why,
real.
but that's why you were kind of like not
See, I
really
told
like
y'all that
freaking
shit
out
not
because you
coming.
thought, oh wow, maybe that's just what it was.
No Diddy
I
shit. I told
understand.
y'all that shit not
Biggest
coming,
porn
bro.
stars in the game.
So you're
Porn
like,
stars.
yeah, you're thinking like, oh, there's no way because he's one of the biggest porn stars in the game. There's no way he could have that. Got it.
I'm 19 years old. This is my first collaboration. I didn't even know that I was supposed to go to talent testing or clear. Bianca Blue, actually, the person that you brought up here, I actually had a conversation with her a little bit afterwards. I would have to check what date it was, but I already told her that he had herpes. She was there the night before I linked up with him. If we compare dates, she was there the night before. If not, she was there 2 nights before, but she was in that range. She was there, and
Do you believe he had sex with her during that time?
he had sex with her while he had that outbreak, but she didn't see it. She told me herself she didn't see it. Even
Okay.
whenever we spoke about it, and I showed her the videos, she actually saw more videos than the rest of the world saw. She was like, "Oh my gosh, what the fuck?" She even confirmed to me, "Yeah, that looks like herpes." That's why she's not going to sit up here and say, "I don't think he has herpes." She's not going to say that. She's not going to corroborate his story because she knows what I told her back whenever I was still devastated about what happened to me.
Do you think she got paid off, or do you think she's just keeping her mouth shut for a specific reason? Why would she say otherwise?
I have no idea. I don't know this girl from really a can of paint. This was just somebody that I wanted to let aware because she was a collaboration of his. Um, After I caught HSV, I actually reached out to numerous porn stars. I met some porn stars in person, like on a whim, randomly, and I told them my story. This story was not necessarily a secret amongst the porn community, especially if I came across you and I came in contact with you. I did tell. I told as many people as I could. It just didn't get far enough.
Got it. Got it.
I have a theory, and I gotta wanna. I'm gonna parlay into a question. So, if what you're saying is right, and even about this Bianca Blue girl who was just on here, and she might have been exposed to it. Who knows if she did contract the virus, or who knows if she had the virus already? Because we all know how the virus presents itself.
Mhm.
I think the question here also becomes, because I have a theory that there's, and that's why I asked him. I said, "How many people you think are in this industry, especially of OnlyFans,
Who's telling the truth,
that you
chat?
think might have the virus, that
Gucci or
might just be
Danae?
selected to say,
I
hey,
think I
okay,
honestly think she telling
Danae
the
wants to
truth,
shoot
bro.
with me. I'm having an outbreak. I'm
I
gonna
think
just tell
she
her next
telling the
week when
truth.
I'm good, or 2
Because the
weeks,
way that
whatever
the
whatever
dude
the time it
acting,
is.
he acting like
I feel like
he don't even want to
you're
be
the
in the
most
same
vocal
space as
person that's
her. You
out
talk
there,
to her and talk
and
about this
here's the
shit to her,
question:
no nothing. Like, why the
why
fuck you gotta
did
wait
you
till
out it?
tomorrow
And
for
do
the
you
test
think that
results
there are
to come out to
people
talk
that
to
are
her?
being silent? Because there's almost a scarlet letter on you right now, while other people are like, yeah, he gave me the joint too, but I'm gonna keep it low because I'm still gonna be able to work.
Right.
Now, when people think of you, they instantly think of that.
Mhm. So basically, it was built up over time. Whenever I first contracted the virus, I really did want to speak out.
I
But
don't watch neither
because
one of their
of the people around
content,
me, the
KD.
people I
I
was
don't even
messing with
watch
and
her
everything like
shit.
that, they didn't want,
I don't
like
find her
what's going on right
attractive. So
now,
like
they didn't want the
she
world to think they had
her
herpes
getting fucked
too
not gonna
because I had
make my
herpes.
shit hard.
So I was really
I don't watch
saving
her.
other people's asses that I was around. And also, I was also way too afraid to just come
I
out
don't watch
because
that nigga either.
OnlyFans is my main source of income.
Only time I seen
I
him is
am the breadwinner
off
in
the
my
person that
family.
I
Even
actually
at 19,
watch.
20 years old, I was still the breadwinner in my family. My mom was being
You said her
assisted
ass
and
fat? No,
everything
it's
like
not.
that. I didn't
No, it's
just
not, gang.
feel comfortable
That
going
shit
out and saying,
like
oh,
a
yeah, I
fat
had
girl.
herpes.
Like,
Victims of sexual
I
assault,
don't know how to explain
victims
it,
of things like
but
this don't just come out blatantly immediately. Even then, even whenever I wanted to, didn't mean that I was going to go and do it.
So,
It was just something in my heart that I knew that I wanted to do.
so you speaking up now, what's changed, right? Obviously, the whole world is. You're not. By the way, I want to let you know it's very. I'm gonna let you speak on what you want to speak on. Actually, no. Matter of fact, I'll hold my thought. You tell me what you're just about to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so about a month ago, the only other man that I publicly had unprotected sex with after I caught herpes, um, at Touch Money V, he does not have herpes either. Um, he called me and he was like, "I need to let you know something that's been weighing on me. There's another girl saying that Gucci gave her herpes, but she's not going to come out and say it. It's this white girl, and I don't necessarily want to say her name. I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy." Because that is her story and what she wants to tell. But there were rumors that he already gave somebody else herpes, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I was right. Because whenever I first caught it, I was like, what if he's doing it to a ton of people? And then after that, he had a collaboration that I noticed, and she's some porn star's baby mother or something like that. And I noticed that she quit OnlyFans after working with him. That's another thing that I noticed. And then he posted a collaboration with a girl that I was mutually associated with online. She was another girl that I was afraid possibly got exposed to HSV2. And at that time, it was to the point where it was like, I felt like if I found out another girl caught it after me, it would
Stop. It's not
destroy
her.
me. And if I'm being
dab of
honest,
Kaya.
it has happened. And there are people that they know that it was him. But as far as their careers, they're not willing to jeopardize their reputation. They're not willing to change their career right now. They don't want the hate that's going on because I'm sure everybody is watching what's going on, how people are talking about me and my situation. These girls don't want to be
Mr.
publicly
Clips.
humiliated.
That's who I
There are
watch,
other women
nigga. That's
that are
how I
too
found
afraid to
out.
speak up.
Well,
And
I ain't find out about him
eventually,
through her. I found
after
out
this live
about
stream,
him because
I have
I seen the clip of
a
him like
really good
giving
feeling
Diamond
that
the
they
brand
might
or some shit,
come out and say what they need to
some
say.
flowers or some shit. So I
But
think he was dating Diamond at the
that's
time.
basically why I came out
But
and
Real
the
quick, how
Dab
many
of
girls
Kaya
would you
is
say that
who,
are
you feel me? That's who
that
I
are
watch.
that have associated themselves with Gucci that you think may have it?
that I think or that I
And I
know.
think the Dab of
That you know
Kaya
so
collab
far.
was like recently
Both.
too.
Well,
Like that shit
allegedly
happened a
no,
couple months
whatever,
ago.
because I don't necessarily know if these girls are completely telling the truth, but I do believe them. Right now, I have 3 people confirmed that
Wow.
are telling me that they got it from him, and tested positive after they collabed with him. All of which are on the fence about pressing charges. Um, But I want to say something and I want to show something real quick. Just because he did try to just say that weird stuff about, oh yeah, she probably gave it
You
to me.
said
So
what the
I'm gonna
hell is
go
it
on my
going
press
there?
diagnostics. Mind you, I did not know about talent testing or clear whenever
Okay.
this happened. So I'm gonna log in because this man for some reason didn't want to show himself logging in. Um, Little reminder, if you go on Twitter, you'll see that he was known whenever his name was Mandingo Gucci for faking his test results. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind.
Wow.
But if you do your research on him, but watch it's signing in, give me a second. Um but I will show you that March 1st, 2024, I was still negative for HSV2 and HSV1.
And then you have
I
and then sorry, and then what was the date that you tested positive for it?
I can't tell you yet. As soon as I call, because I will call the place. I did not get an actual.
Okay.
I didn't get on here. I got a phone call that I tested positive for it.
Okay.
It's not working. Hold on, give me a second. It's literally loading.
Sure.
I don't know why this is being crazy, but
Someone said, "Can you ask about the Melt situation? Did you? Because I know who Melt is. Is that somebody that you had sex with, not knowing that you had HSV2, or what happened with that?"
so well, respectfully, I really didn't want to talk about that man because he is clout chasing. He's actually started to burn a lot of bridges with people in the industry. For some reason,
Okay.
I'm not really sure why. Um,
Hey, so I wanted to, you know,
Hold on, Ak,
you
hold
and
on. She got it right here. Let's see.
okay, so we're gonna scroll to 3-1
24. We see it.
24
Yep.
view.
Okay.
Wait a second. So I want you to see hepatitis B. So we're gonna go to HSV1 and 2. I was still negative
Got it.
for both.
Got it.
3-1 2024. Gucci, if you get that positive result tomorrow, you did not get it from me, boo. Respectfully. But
how much do you trust that he's going to his private physician rather than like one of these industry standards? He said he's going to a private physician, so he's going to have to share his results rather than something that could be verified, or something that's more industry standard. What's your thoughts about that?
Who's guilty, chat?
my thoughts is he's been literally
Somebody's guilty.
documented as a liar. Like there are numerous accounts saying that he's lied to people's faces. So I don't trust him in the slightest bit. Not a word that this man says anymore I will ever believe unless I have proof from not only him but a third party that has nothing to do with his personal life. Nothing.
Nah,
That
that
is the only
test.
time I will believe
That test was an old test, an older test.
anything that comes out of his mouth.
I need to.
She
I
took
know
that
that
test
I
March
Danae,
1st.
from this man.
Danae, are you going to continue to be doing OnlyFans and content like that? To that matter, are you going to continue to do so even though you tested positive for HSV2? I just want to know, what does the future look like for you?
So as far as collaborations, I've stopped for months. The last collaboration that I had was with Touch Money V a couple months ago. I think it was about 3 months ago. I have not done an actual sexual collaboration in a couple months. I do not plan on continuing collabs. I do plan on keeping my OnlyFans up, and I may drop content if I choose to, but that is now something that I do want to leave behind because it has caused some trauma in my life. And I also
Can I ask you about that last collab? You said the last collab with Touch Money V. That was after you reportedly contracted the virus. Were you upfront with him and saying, "Hey, listen, I got this," or
yes.
did you not know yet? And he was okay with it.
I was completely aware that I had HSV, and not only that, I was telling people. By the time that I came in contact with Touch Money V, he was already mutual friends with people who were talking about it in front of him that I caught HSV2 from Gucci. So he hit me up in my DM, texted me, telling me that he wanted to collab with me, and he was like, "But I have a couple questions." I didn't even tell him about my HSV2 diagnosis. He asked me, "Hey, I heard this. Is this true?"
Wow.
And I told him yes. And then afterwards, he still decided like he wanted to still collaborate. He was completely aware. I even told him
That's a
to make
dirty
himself completely
nigga
comfortable because he
too.
was in his head at the time. He even called his doctor himself, and his doctor told him that if she doesn't have an outbreak or is about to get an outbreak, the chances of you catching HSV2 is low. It's actually down to 10%. Even if if it's a viral shedding episode, it
Oh,
is
she
still
don't have
low
an
at
outbreak,
10%.
so but still,
Got
he
you.
still
Well,
risks that
oh, sorry,
shit.
I just have one question
He
here.
dirty as fuck, but still risking it.
What is the situation regarding the Matt
So I
situation? Who's
don't
Matt?
think he
And what's the
got it,
situation
but
regarding Matt?
what the fuck?
Who's mad?
So much plug types. Something about he ate your ass.
Oh, you're talking about Melt. Okay.
Oh.
Literally, he literally ate my ass in January or February before I collabed with Gucci. I never had sex with Melt again. I never even seen Melt again
Okay.
after I freaking collabed with Gucci. He is completely in the clear of HSV. He's literally just talking about how I got karma for telling people that he ate my ass.
Got it.
I have the girl that you guys were also addressing earlier about her being a content creator, or he said that it was a collaboration. She's calling me right now. Can I answer?
Melt,
Yes, you
nigga,
can.
you know who Melt is, KD. Hey, the thing that I'm gonna tell you the most right now
so
that's gonna make you remember
basically,
who
I'm on
Melt
stream right
is.
now. Do
Melt
you
is the
want
nigga
to
that got
yourself,
boxed,
or
that
do you
got
want to say
knocked
anything
out in
making
Adin
me
boxing
feel
match.
important?
Nigga, he's the nigga that got knocked out in Adin boxing match. That's the
No,
best
not
I can
the.
explain it.
They
And I know
they
you've
only
seen that
know
before. I know you've seen that clip. You've seen it when it happened.
AAY.
Okay, so I mean, I was with him like last year, and I guess he got mad at me about something, so he just now decided to release the video. And he told me, I'm gonna send you the video. If you don't want it released, I'm not gonna release it. So a few months later is when he decided to release the video, and it went viral. I cried and cried and cried. Don't release the video. Take it down. He published it. I guess he sold it to some type of porn site, and it went viral from
Who is
there.
K?
And I begged him
She
for
just
months to
exposed the
take the
girl
video
name.
down.
Who
Oh,
is
you got
K?
to talk to my management team. You got to talk to da. He kept dubbing me and pushing me off for months. So long story short, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. So he was just like, oh, I don't have time to deal with that. I'll take it down. He never took the video down until the other day. So then I told him, like, bro, I am pregnant. I can't be dealing with none of this shit that you're talking about. Like, he blocked my number. So I go to the doctor every 2 weeks because I'm pregnant, and they've taken my blood. They've taken all my urine samples. They did anal swabs. They did vaginal swabs. Nothing came back, but it's just, why are you ignoring me?
Wow.
Yeah, they heard everything.
Hey, Danae, you said something on Twitter, so I want to ask how you rationalize it, right? Because Gucci says
Wait, did
she might be a
she
victim,
just say
she's
nothing
not my
came back
victim.
though?
That's his statement. What you did say is that you are a victim, but you also said that you said it was your
Pray for the
fault.
kid,
and I
man.
think some people
Pray
might
for
be
the
having a
child.
hard time rationalizing what that means. If you're a victim, how could it be your fault, right? So how do you look at the entire situation, in the aftermath?
So I live my life trying to hold myself accountable in every situation that I'm in, whether or not I am the
No,
main
hell no, I ain't having
problem
no
or I'm
kid.
the smallest problem. So I was always taught that, especially whenever I was young. I grew up around dysfunctional people. So you learn how to break generational curses as you get older. And so I can completely understand that I should have known as an OF creator and a quote unquote baby porn star what a herpes sore or a dried up herpes sore looks like, not to collaborate with somebody unless you get their full panel results. I completely understand that. But not only were me and Gucci collaborating, he also was speaking to me in a romantic manner and he was making romantic gestures. So
Did you get his name
things
tatted? I seen a video.
it
Like,
did, it's covered now. But
wait,
it
were
was
you guys that much involved that you got his name tatted though? Because how old?
Her dumbass got his name
She's
tatted.
I
19.
was 19
Oh.
at the time. I'm 20 now.
Okay.
I turned 20 in March. Like
So if
I
you
found out that I had
tatted
herpes.
his- If you tatted his name, you like this guy, right?
Yeah, we were like at
That was a
first
poly or
he was
something.
a
That's what
very sweet guy. I got his name tatted 4 days into knowing him, and I know everybody's like,
Wow.
"Whoa, what the fuck?"
What the
was
fuck?
the dick that
This
good?
bitch is
Like,
super
I know,
dumb. You tatted
obviously,
his name 4 days after
solid
knowing him.
grapes at
The
this
dick
point, but
was
still.
that good? You tatted his name 4 days after knowing him, and
Bro,
you sucked
you
his
I'm not-
dick with
hold on,
sores on
you're a
that
grown
bitch.
ass man asking if another dick is good.
No, because,
Wait,
because
I
no,
just
I
asked
gotta
the same
ask her why
question.
would she get his name
Hey,
tatted
yo.
4 days into meeting
Because
him?
she liked them. They liked each other a lot.
It wasn't even
I
just
just asked the
that.
same
It was
question
also-
academics asked.
That's not
What
normal.
the fuck?
It's not normal. But I am not in the
Hey,
normal movement. It was
yo.
also content. He was telling me that he was going to be my content partner. He was telling me that we were going to keep consistently making
I
content.
wasn't like actually
This
asking it
meeting
like it was a
was not,
rhetorical
oh, yeah, let's
question.
just collab
Like,
and
bro,
do it.
damn, is the
No,
nigga dick
reason
that
why I
good
was
when
in
you tatted this
Houston,
nigga
the reason
name
why I was
4
spending
days
time
after
in
knowing him?
Houston was
What the
because he was
fuck?
going to become one of my romantic, like he was going to be my romantic partner.
Got it.
This was not just a collaboration.
Got it.
And so I got it even right here. The placement is kind of fucking ironic because while we're doing content, they're gonna see, oh yeah, this is his.
Oh, I get
Bro,
it.
yes.
Basically, while she's sucking dick, it's gonna be like right here.
Why he doing the gestures? Why he just do the gestures, the hand gestures?
Advocate questions just because
Hey,
in situations like this you have
yo.
people thinking like this, right? So someone might say,
Hey,
well,
yo.
maybe you and him fell out,
Aiden is
and now you're
crazy,
just
bro.
blaming anything you contracted on him. Did
This
you
nigga
cover the
Aiden is
tattoo,
gay.
after you found out, or did you guys fall out?
Bro,
before?
this
Because you
nigga is
clearly covered it,
wild.
and you're just bringing your story to light now. So what happened? So you went there. I guess he sold you a dream. You guys are having sex. You know he's and I've heard this theory also said, right? They were like, hey, she's 19 and probably ignored safeguards because of the collab potential and what it could do for her career. Do you think that's true or no?
I know that's not true. I know that in the moment I just wasn't thinking, and also I would have expected somebody with herpes, especially in this.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like if Diddy was to host a fucking, if Diddy was to get out of jail right now and host another party, I feel like Eddie would want to go.
I said it was because I was mad. Me and him stopped talking right before I found out that I had herpes. My gut was telling me to get away from this man, not only because of my health situation, but it was also this man did not make me feel safe.
What does that mean?
So,
If you could explain, sorry.
So it has been documented that this man has a tendency to be aggressive.
How does it?
Whenever I was,
Well, sorry. Has he hit you or pushed you or shoved you or anything like that?
he has not hit me, but he did grab my hair and scream in my face that I don't know who I'm messing with. I can even have my friend vouch for me. I had to call my friend in the middle of the debate, or not the debate, the altercation, even though I was frozen. He was screaming at me. He was drunk. He was mad. Stuff happened that night that I don't necessarily want to get into because I would be bringing another person that does not need to be named in the situation. But my friend heard him threatening my life.
I have a question
Even
for you.
after-
Sorry, Danae. Someone asked me to ask you about. There's a threesome that you guys had. Who is the other person involved in that threesome?
Respectfully, I don't want to talk about it because the girl no longer does content and the girl does not need to be addressed. I mean, me and her did have an altercation, and that's all I'm gonna leave it at. Is
Okay.
that tensions were high that night.
Got you. Okay. But
Your ass. I watched you on the 20v1. They say you were known, which, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. They say you're known to beat up bitches. They said that's what they said about you. And matter of fact, you kind of, I want to shout out the YouTuber Sean something. I don't know if that was an old or new thing, but they said you were known to be aggressive yourself. So, you look nice and sweet here, but like maybe you're aggressive as well.
I can definitely say that I have developed a name for myself for being able to fight, yes, but I only get in altercations, physical altercations, whenever I feel like I am unsafe. Okay. Whenever somebody threatens me, I could take it there, but I'd rather not. I'd rather talk it out. But if things get physical, just know that it is not just, oh, I'm trying to be an aggressor. I'm being the aggressor. No. I'm pretty sure everything can happen and things are well with the Gucci situation.
Aiden is a troll.
Anything that happened that night was because everything got on hand.
Yo, Aiden is a troll.
As far as the other two in the threesome.
Nah.
I was in the middle.
Aiden is a troll, bro.
Just went off. I just don't want to. I don't really want to talk about this.
Nah.
Could you just give us like a broad timeline, because things seem to be unraveling really quickly. So you meet the guy, do a scene. He convinces you to come to Houston. You go to Houston with him pretty much the next day. Do a couple more scenes. 4 days later, you get his name tatted. when do you guys stop dealing with each other?
Yeah, like the absolute day, the last time that you guys actually.
Yeah, because it
was
seems
over.
like you guys have not been messing around for more than like 30 days. It feels like this was like maybe a 2-week thing, right? Am I tripping?
So that's not the case. No, it was about a month.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, we officially stopped talking March 22nd, the day before my birthday. Um, I started getting nightmares and I started feeling really uneasy about this man. I like to say that I'm very spiritual. So if something puts me off and turns me off, I'm kind of off. So me and him were kind of like going back and forth, not really talking up until that day and everything like that. And then my last message to him before I texted him basically after I found out was never contact me again
Okay.
on March 22nd.
And then hold
And
on, what did
then
you put under the net? You'll never. Sorry, under that you put something. Would you put?
I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. Well, I said, you will reap what you sow. You know what you did, and one day God will handle you. You knew I wouldn't find out till later. I wonder how many others there were. You're sick and don't deserve your name. Because his name means God is worthy to be prayed. Aluatosin. So
Oh, Gucci third leg means what? Wait, hold on. What?
That's what he told me the definition of his name is. I did meet another Nigerian man that told me that that's not what it meant, but it does still have relation to God. But basically I said like,
Bro, this shit is really crazy, chat.
my collab, the only other man I had sex with raw too is calling me. Can I answer?
Yes.
That's
Is
the
this
only
shit
other
not crazy to y'all,
collab
chat?
that I had sex with raw. Ivy, can you turn off the live stream in the background, please?
Hey, you still on? Wait, hello?
Yeah, I'm still on stream.
You actually thought he was telling the
they're all
truth?
listening
Hell
to you
nah,
right now.
JoJo.
You want to say something?
Oh, you talking about that nigga?
Because
Oh,
somebody
you talking about her?
telling me, people call and telling me that you saying something about me on stream. Like, where are you?
I'm saying that you don't have herpes. I'm clearing your name, love.
Somebody said something about a white girl. What is that?
Okay, so you remember whenever we were on FaceTime that day and you told me that you heard that a white girl was going around saying that he gave her herpes?
Oh, okay. That gets scared because whoa, I never like did anything else. With like I didn't even. Yeah, more to the story. The girl was like, yeah, he gave it to her spring break in Miami. But my homeboy, he tripping. He said some other shit. He said,
Okay.
the white bitch with herpes. So I was like, but he said you telling live stream that. So I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, well.
That's not true. But
Well, thanks for helping me out, love.
You could. But yeah, handle that.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Niggas coming to him telling him false shit.
Again, you know, I know
Like
you
he's saying
also
some shit
probably
about
have
him.
the OnlyFans community who are probably tuned in for this. So I don't want him to think that I'm like,
Why the
you know,
fuck she
trying
keep
to
grabbing
ask
on her
questions to
titties?
fuck you up. But I want to ask questions that, you know, that you're not going to see responses to this on Twitter.
Chat,
So you
no,
can
he
just address
didn't,
it
bro.
here. Some people are going to be like, okay, why go to the internet rather than go to, because
Chat, no, he
go to the
didn't, bro.
cops.
Shut the
like,
fuck
because, you know,
up, bro.
obviously,
They
if
saying
you
they
are
saying it's
infected with
Scott
something and
Bree.
you're intentionally spreading it
They saying it's
and
Scott
you're
Bree.
not disclosing it to people, that could be a crime, right? And you mentioned other people are thinking about pressing charges. Why didn't you choose that route?
Okay, so I had people in my ear scaring me, telling me that it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to charge him. And I'm not worried about having this be a civil case. I don't want his money. I couldn't care less how much money he made off of me or any other girls. I want this man registered as a sex offender. I want this man in jail. What he's done to multiple women, allegedly, and what he has done definitely to me, um, deserves to be in jail. And I honestly have seen the justice system fail people time and time again. It's like this case with the guy that got prosecuted and murdered for a murder he didn't even commit. I
I'm using the
know that
bathroom. Y'all are
there
being so
was a
fucking weird now,
large
bro.
risk
Y'all
that
think this shit's a joke, bro.
didn't
My
have
life, this
enough.
shit's scary as
All
fuck.
I had
Y'all
was the
weird
videos
as
of
fuck.
his
I'm about to make a
outbreaks.
call. I'll be back in 10
All I
seconds.
had was the negative result on March 1st But as far as the other stuff, I wasn't sure that I would win. But
Did you
I
talk to
knew
the police though, or at least try to
no,
contact them?
no.
He not
Are you
finna.
thinking
The
about doing
thing,
that or
the
no?
difference between YB and him though, 6 ESU, is YB came out to the public and told everybody he has herpes. He been fucking these people and not telling them that he had herpes. These women are voluntarily still going to fuck YB knowing that he got herpes just because he YB.
Told you. As far as saying that he has HSV1 but not HSV2, oh, you are creative. What else? Him saying that I'm not his victim rubs me a bit weird. I didn't expect him to really name drop or really address me at all. I thought he was going to address the things like the rape allegations that are pinned against him, the allegations of him faking his test results, all that other stuff. I didn't think that he was actually going to talk about me because he knows what he did. But
Do you think he ruined
shoot,
your life?
no. Uh, as far as ruined it, he did drastically change my life. He did cause a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional instability, and a lot of things going on. But I personally don't feel like anybody's life can be ruined from having herpes. Herpes is definitely lifelong.
I asked that because I watched the videos of you being so emotional and crying, and I watched your vlog, and I was just like, you know, again, I feel like there's maybe other women who are for whatever they're thinking about their career, they're
Six
like, oh, I'm gonna be
ESU, she
quiet. And
just
for
started
you,
doing
just
OnlyFans though, bro.
emotionally, you
She
couldn't be
just
quiet
started
because
doing
you felt it was
OnlyFans.
affecting you just mentally and maybe even physically as well, that you felt you had to speak out. So I was wondering where you were.
It definitely
Hey,
affected me
chat. Nobody
drastically.
fucking
It
says
has
Sky Bree. You
changed my
fucking
life.
retards in
I
my
won't
chat,
say
bro.
he ruined my
She
life,
don't got it, you
primarily
weirdos.
because it has taught me to be more healthy. It's taught me to
My life,
establish
y'all
more
are weird.
boundaries in my life. It has taught me to be more safe. It has made me get more educated on several different STDs. And I honestly believe that whenever you contract a virus like this or any
That
virus,
shit's so
you
weird, chat.
can
Y'all being weird.
literally free yourself from
My
burdens,
life, he didn't
mental
say it.
burdens, physical burdens by just having optimism. And I feel like now that I
Nah,
have
I ain't gonna lie. It's
optimism,
most definitely
um,
still her fault
I
though.
don't feel like he ruined my life.
It's
Did
most
I feel like
definitely
he
still
ruined
her
my life
fault
whenever it
for
first happened?
ignoring that
Yes.
sore on his shit.
Is this the first?
Now,
But at the same
Oh,
time, you can't really fault her for him not
well, I
telling
was
her
gonna
that
ask,
shit
was this the first
before they did
STD
that.
you've ever contracted?
no.
Okay, but the first incurable one.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about him saying that he quits? He says after his tests come back, he's putting his jersey into the rafters and he's quitting the porn or OnlyFans game. And he says he might even delete his channel. So, I'm guessing he has videos with you and him. He might delete those. I don't know if that'll give you some type of mental peace.
So y'all don't think it's a little suspicious? Not fishy at all. This man was his career was completely fine before these allegations came out, and then now that things are out about him, he
Promoting
wants
a
to quit.
condom.
Hmm?
He said
Well,
all the folks.
I thought it was a joke when he told me he was promoting a crypto NFT with condoms. That's the craziest thing. That means and look, I'm not fucking trying to, but that's crazy. Like NFT fucking for condom promotion is crazy.
Yo, Adin, stop playing.
I'm being for why are you not like, bro? That's crazy, bro.
Now you want to use condoms? Now you want to
I
promote
just said the
condoms?
same thing.
Crazy.
You didn't even use condoms, nigga.
But look, one thing I do think that's a bit sus on Gucci's end because I haven't made a decision yet. Like I think like you're coming in here with the facts. I would have loved to have seen you guys on the same panel together. Tomorrow he wants to
I
do.
would have loved to do it too.
Tomorrow he's going to show the results live on stream with me and Ak. I hope that you come and do that tomorrow. I just don't really. I don't know, Ak. What are you thinking?
Listen, this is what I believe, right? I believe that Gucci might have it, but he's in denial that he gave it to her. Right? So, in a way to cope, it's like saying, hey, if I got it, and he probably, one thing, and that's why when I was asking him questions, he wasn't that clear on, even though he said, oh, we get tested every 2 weeks, but then he said, well, I had outdated tests. So he probably didn't know when he contracted it. And I think it's probably a better coping mechanism to be like, well, if you have it, you gave it to me, rather than you've been having it but neglecting your health, so you've been giving it to people, right? And I think the timing of the oh, I quit or I'm retiring, like, come on, bro. This nigga think he's like LeBron, like, you know what I mean? But hey, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think this would have happened if you didn't speak out. And one thing I've realized about the OnlyFans like game is like it seems more of a hustle more than a profession, because it feels like people are in it for the quick buck as opposed to realizing that, hey, this is supposed to be a community like the porn community is, at least LA porn community, where like, hey, if you know, half of these
I
chicks,
ain't gonna lie,
and again, I
chat.
don't hate
Damn
OnlyFans
near
models
all
at
of
all,
these
really.
bitches infected
It's
now,
just that
though.
half of these chicks are fucking random rappers and athletes or
That nigga
fucking
Gucci
everybody,
third,
right?
that nigga
It's kind of
fuck
unsafe.
every bitch.
So like something
That
like this
nigga
is
fuck
bound to
every
happen.
OnlyFans
I
bitch.
think you're gonna be
You
the
know.
poster child, and he's gonna be
Every
the poster
OnlyFans
child
bitch you have
for
ever
people to
watched or
realize
known,
that,
he
yeah,
damn
for the
near
quick
fucked
buck you made,
90% of them.
might, you know, like again, you're 20 years old and you've contracted something that you can never get rid of. You're gonna have to be coping with it, right? And you know, it's put like a microscope on that. It's put a microscope on that industry that hopefully, you know, there's some changes that happen. What
So
you guys think?
chat.
And that was literally the
So what
intention.
y'all
Like, I
think?
didn't want to
If his
interfere
test
in the
come back
situation.
positive tomorrow,
I'm out.
do y'all think that
And I'm
he
like,
actually
yeah,
did give it to her,
from
or do y'all think that she gave it to
I
him?
got herpes
I
from
think that
like
he
working
actually
out. I
did
feel
give it to
like
her.
just because it is so prevalent in the population does not mean that a porn star should have herpes and not disclose to their partner or their collaboration that they don't have it. Respectfully, I feel like morally, if you have come in contact with any kind of disease, disclosing is the most important thing to do. Let that person know that there is a risk of you contracting something with having sex. You know, but
He
a lot of
said
people
she
aren't
burned my
comfortable. A
screen.
lot of people aren't ready for rejection. A lot of people aren't, because I know women and models that have contracted HSV in the porn industry that it wasn't from Gucci. It was from whenever they first started 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And they just don't know who it was because they might have had a full group scene or they fucked a couple people that day. You know,
I want to ask you a question. For someone that wants to know if they have HSV2 or not, what's the correct way of doing it and also proving to the world that they don't have it?
so honestly, it's none of the world's business. First off, it's none of anybody's business other than the person that you are going to be having sex with. Um, just to make that clear. But as far as figuring out if you have HSV or herpes in general, honestly, everybody has the gene. Everybody has it in their system. It's just whether or not it's activated. As you can see, whenever I showed my result, there was a number on that green box that I had. It said less than zero point 0.9. That means yes, it's in my system. No, it's not active. No, I cannot give it to anybody. No, I will not receive an outbreak. If you have HSV 1 or 2 and you're not experiencing symptoms, honestly, healthcare providers do not suggest that you go get tested because you could scare yourself. You could scare yourself into thinking that you have something and that you're going to have to deal with something lifelong that will probably never come up and never be contagious ever in your life. As far as getting tested, I feel like you should get tested if you have symptoms. If you have something like an outbreak, if you have discomfort, if you have itchiness, if there are symptoms, go get tested. But if not, I mean, herpes is literally something that isn't life threatening for real.
So it's overrated, basically.
Of course, the stigma is way too high. People think that you're dirty just because you have herpes. I literally know somebody personally that caught herpes their first body. The first time they ever had sex was the first time they ever contributed whatever the fuck. I don't
Contracted.
know how to say that,
Contracted.
but
Contracted.
there it is. I do know how to say that, but it just didn't come to mind. Contracted it without having multiple sex partners. It was the first time.
Hey,
They
chat,
were
all of y'all niggas got
things like this
HSV1,
is
nigga.
sexual assault. It's
How do
sexual
I tell you
violence.
niggas
It's
that all of you niggas is
real.
dirty
If
as
you do
fuck?
decide to
All of you dirty,
keep doing your
stink, dirty,
OnlyFans
dick
and keep
ass
having
niggas in the
sex
chat,
on
all of you niggas got
OnlyFans, are you?
HSV1.
I'm obviously they're gonna know, but I'm saying, are you gonna be using protection now? Are you not gonna be using protection? What does your future content look like?
I ain't got shit.
So my future
Rick, I don't
content
know what
is
you talking
really
about.
gonna kind of
You too?
be solo
No, I
content.
don't. I ain't got that
I
shit.
haven't necessarily
My
been
shit say
into the whole
my shit say
collaboration.
less than
If I do
0.0%.
post a porno or anything like that, it's going to be like a romantic partner, somebody that I'm actually involved with. Again, after I caught HSV, I started to respect myself more. If I'm being completely honest, I stopped having just random ass sex as often as
I ain't gonna
I
lie,
would
bro.
before.
Since she already got that shit
I
now and YB got it,
Is that?
she might
I
as
don't mean
well
to
go
cut you,
fuck
but
YB when he
is
get out
that
of jail
also like
next.
maybe
It ain't
for
gonna
the
hurt
young
neither one
girls
of
who are
them.
watching
Shit.
you? You said after you caught this STD doing OnlyFans, you started to respect yourself a bit more. Do you think that that's part of because again this whole collab thing, and really what I think is that I think if Homie got it, he probably was collabing with smaller creators, knowing that maybe I don't have the leverage of saying certain shit or asking him for certain shit, and y'all
Fuck.
are just thinking about the collab opportunity, right? So like, that gotta be a bold move to know you got a
Can't you dock from this? Nah, you
bump on your
can't.
shit and be like, yo, we still doing the shit and we filming it in 4K, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of predators go for
Them
people
niggas
that
immune to that shit
don't
on
have a
me.
lot of
It's
knowledge,
a me.
don't have a
They
lot of
immune to getting
experience,
anything else. They can't give it to
people that
nobody
won't
else shit. They
necessarily
both
catch
got
up.
it already.
Danae, Rob Suno, they say that you had a previous relationship with, I don't know what that is right now. Were you guys having, I don't want to
What
get
if
involved in
YB
you
had
guys'
that
private life,
HSV1
but
shit
is that somebody that,
that
did you know at the
she
time that
said
you
could
had
scare
HSV2 when
niggas?
you were with
And
that
that's
person?
why YB started saying that he got herpes and shit.
He knows that I have HSV, but I don't feel like it's anybody's business whether or not I had sex with him or not.
True.
So,
Fair enough. Yeah, it's your guys' own relationship. I agree. But he knew is
but
what
he does know that I have it.
yeah.
And a lot of people that I've met in person, even if we didn't have a sexual relationship or not, know that I have HSV too. It's not a secret.
Hey, by the way, so again, Gucci Third Leg. Yeah, the name is so crazy. So Third Leg says he's gonna present his results
Bro,
on
all you
stream
gotta do is say
tomorrow.
Gucci.
If he is indeed
He ain't even
negative,
gotta say the second part of this nigga name.
will you
Just
give
say
him an
Gucci.
apology? And also, by the way, he says he is flirting with the idea of pursuing legal action because you essentially have labeled him as someone that has an STD that's passed it out. I don't know if that's what's nudging him to retire, but he's saying he's contemplating once his results is in pursuing some legal action about how you've spoken about him.
I mean, that's fine. If he wants to take legal action, I'm not. Does it look like my hand is shaking? I'm not. I'm not at all scared of that. He can do whatever he needs to do to prove his case. I I won't apologize because I came face to face with
The crazy
exactly what was
thing
said to
is,
me.
when Academics asked him,
Infected me.
was he gonna
I'm
take
not.
legal action?
I
He said
even if he does
the
come up
nigga
here
really
with fake
wasn't going.
results
He really
or
wasn't thinking
real
about taking no
results,
legal action
another
or
thing that I
nothing
will
towards
tell
it.
everybody is that if
He
he
just
was on
said, yeah,
medication
he's thinking
for
about
long
taking
enough,
legal action
he
once
could
Act asked
become
that shit.
undetectable
He wasn't
after
gonna
being
take
on
no legal
medication
action
for a
before
specific
Act
amount of
said
time.
that or nothing.
So
That nigga
I just want
capping,
everybody to
bro.
keep that in mind. But
Wait, so you're saying that if he were to actually have HSV2 but he was on medication, it won't show up in a blood test?
if he was on medication for a prolonged period of time and he was undergoing treatment to make sure it's undetectable, yes, he could come up with a negative result. That happens. It's the same with HIV. You could be diagnosed with HIV 1 year and then 2 years later it's undetectable.
And how do you do that?
Medication, treatment.
Medication. Gotcha.
Hey, by the way, does it make because once all of this happened, and I'm wondering how you feel as a person. Like I really want to know like your reaction to
On the
like I
next
seen one of my
episode of
friends
Dragon
Silky
Ball
like he's like
Z.
yo she DM me like but he's like yo I dodged the bullet. I see there was a porn star Lil D pause on that by the way. He came out he said yo I only took a picture with her like people are almost treating you like yo, they have to speak up to say they never had sex with you, or if they did was way before. Does that make you feel a little bit hurt that people are speaking about you like, like they wouldn't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole, or oh, I'm glad nothing happened, like they dodged a bullet, like they're speaking about you like
You
that.
talking about Silky?
I really can put myself in other people's shoes. As far as Silky goes, I DM'd him after I saw the clip of him showing that he dodged a bullet. I literally, my management told me to hit him up to see if I could go on stream. I've been on several streams time and time again with Kai Cenat, Deshae Frost, V Boogie, all them people. Like I've been on streams. I was just trying to see if I could go on a stream. Yes, he's an attractive man, but again, after I caught HSV, I slowed the fuck down.
Wait, did you,
As far as
you fuck Kai?
no.
So hold on, you're saying as soon as you got HSV2 and you knew that, that's when you were like, all right, I'm gonna take a step back and stop basically having sex so easily. It's not. It's you kind of like. I guess you could say you kind of like matured in your sexual life. It's like when you caught it, you kind of had like a reality check.
110%. And I feel like that's like a sign again to get into spirituality. It's a
Nah,
sign
for
from
real.
the
Her ass
divine
had
to
one
me
collab and she got
that
to
it was
retire
time
already.
to
That's
slow down.
fucked
Because
up.
even though I'm saying respect myself, OnlyFans
They,
models
they
doing
let that goes to
OnlyFans right
show
now,
right now.
it's not
You
that they
bitches
don't
better
respect
stop trying to get
themselves.
into
Mind you, like
OnlyFans.
Akademiks said, it's a hustle.
She is
For me,
fantasizing about this nigga
it's
because
rooted
he
in
was one of the
things
top
far
male
more
content
deeper than
creators and
just the
shit.
hustle.
And now this nigga
So
done
for
burnt her
me, it
ass.
was me
And now
disrespecting
her ass
myself
got
in a
that
way. And
shit.
I had to
And
heal
now,
from that trauma. I
man,
had to
that's crazy, bro.
self-explore and I had to get to the root of things. But I
Ah,
definitely calm the fuck
much of
down.
you went
Hey, I
down
love
the
you
realm
too,
of
bro. Hey, keep grinding too,
religion or
Bugatti on God,
spirituality.
bro. Hey, we
It,
all
it
go.
felt
Hey,
like it was an
we
awakening
all gonna
moment
be
for
at the
you.
top one day, nigga. On God.
Have you got into church, reading the Bible? Like, what have you been doing?
So I actually did buy my first Bible 2 months ago. Did I get through the whole
One day,
thing?
someday,
Gonna be
on God.
honest, no. I've kind of always been on the border of religious and not. My mom was atheist, my dad was Christian, so you could only imagine what kind of household I was brought up in. I really started my spiritual journey whenever I was 15 after some things happened to me. And from there, I feel like I've just gotten closer and closer with first myself and Most High. And I honestly think that whenever I caught herpes, it was a time where it was just like I was so excited for how much money that I was bringing in, especially after the Deshae Frost show and everything like that. Like I was like, oh my gosh, money's looking great. Let me keep going. And then God was like, wait, it's time to slow down with the fucking because you just wild out right before you got all these blessings. And in order to keep this thing going, in order to use your energy in the best ways possible, I have to give you a wake up call, you know? And that was that.
I know this is kind of a personal question, but I'm curious, and the reason why I'm curious, it's a two pointer. How many bodies did you have before you caught, and then how many do you have after? And I just want to see where you're at with your sex life. And it's just anybody that also is
I
worried
fucking
about
hated
HSV2, and
2K21,
also
bro.
you're doing this for the women out there, even men out there.
I hated
So how
2K21
many
gang.
bodies would you approximate that you had before and then after you were contracted?
So since everybody thinks I'm already nasty, bitch, I don't give a fuck about telling my body count. So Gucci was 44. Okay. Um,
Damn,
I am
44.
now at 58. So
44?
during the time
Damn. And she just turned 20. Bro, she literally just turned 20, bro.
everybody else, people that weren't porn stars, I was
The fuck
overly
happened to my shit?
conscious of everything that I was doing. You know,
Damn,
condoms
I'm
for
24.
head and
Damn, I only
sex.
got
Not
9.
only that, I wouldn't even have sex like for real, for real.
You did not suck the Shea Frost dick with a condom. Stop it, Cap.
I had sex with Deshae Frost before I fucked Gucci,
No, I know
and
what. Remember you because you said you gave Deshae Frost oral sex in June.
What's your PC home screen?
yeah,
Every time I load up my PC,
but
it's some new animal on
I'm
that bitch
talking
game.
about
That is not my background,
like
bro.
the spree that I had. The
Oh,
spree
okay.
was already set by the time I had oral sex with Deshae.
Got it. Got it.
But yeah, but
By the way, just trying to fact check here. I know you clearly pinpointed to the Gucci situation, but you did
Yeah, after
mention
that window,
44
after I updated
guys
my shit to
before
Windows
him or
11,
including
it
him.
started doing that.
How many men did you have sex with? Because you said it was in February, January, and February. Did you know?
mhm. I didn't while out until probably like a week and a half before I found out that I had herpes. So with that time frame keeping in mind, there's no way that I would have fucking tested positive for herpes from any of those men other than Gucci.
How many men?
So shit.
I look on your face is like, I look at your face is like, niggas.
Nah, it was just I'm not good at math. Hold on, I gotta use my calculator.
What?
I'm not good at math.
Okay,
Sorry.
use your calculator. Let's see where we're at.
Before I stopped, it was literally 7.
7.
Wait, so you had 7 before you completely were like, fuck this. I'm out. Like I'm out of the sex game. Like I'm a like be on some different shit. 7.
In a short amount of time. Like mind you, it was literally like a week
Okay.
where I already had lesions, like I already experienced my lesions and everything. Like I didn't know what it was. I was still testing negative for herpes and everything. The lesions already presented themselves prior to me having sex with these people.
Sorry, you said 7 different you said 7 different bodies in 1 week, right?
By the way, you know why I'd called OnlyFans a hustle for most people is that, put it like this, right? And I don't want to pocket watch or anything, but I could, I always pocket watch, but still, I would imagine you said, you're taking care of your family. Like this is like a career, right? I feel like a lot of people don't treat OnlyFans like even the low level porn star treats porn. For example, and the reason why I was saying about OnlyFans women is that if I know having sex with other male creators, right, is my job, I wouldn't jeopardize this to go outside that circle to fuck random people, fly out here, go fuck this rapper, this and third, knowing that, like, look what happened to you. Not saying obviously that happened
Why
there
are you
because you
saying
say you
gay
called
son
it
or thought
be a
daughter?
creator, but it could just end your whole shit, or not end your whole shit, but like just kind of change the trajectory of your life. And I think those people, and I'm even speaking about Gucci, I'm pretty sure he was just slanging cock everywhere. Like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if he does have it, he didn't contract it from maybe a female creator. He maybe caught a chick on South Beach and just dicked her down and caught it. He was probably fucking every chick raw. You get what I'm saying? And that's the hustle part. If when I know a lot of sex workers, that are on OnlyFans that they almost do like some cognitive dissonance in terms of how they look at OnlyFans. And because of that, there's a breakdown where you don't take it as serious, or you don't think that you need to have these necessary safeguards to make sure such a thing that we're talking about today doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So, again, I do think this is very important because I hope the industry acknowledges this and like makes necessary changes. Because like I look at you, you're 20 years old and you basically say your trajectory of your life, like you're literally saying you almost regret it, right? Like obviously not regret making the money, but you regret these circumstances that led to this moment, right?
Well, that's part of life. And look, the person you are today is you had to have gone through what you have gone through, and you've learned a lot. And I think that's good. I think everything happens for a reason, right? You said you picked up a Bible, and now you're understanding what you got to do now and all this stuff. So I think you've learned a lot, and maybe this is the correct path for you.
Hey, your future romantic partner. How would you? I know you're very young. You're probably not there yet. But and maybe you haven't even thought about this, but like, how would you explain this to your future romantic partner of how you came to this point, right? Like, that person's
Yeah,
probably gonna love
Gucci
you,
said he ain't fuck Sky Bree.
but they're probably gonna want to understand the decisions that led you to that point, and that the fact that they would be, they're gonna have to cope with the fact that you have herpes. Like, have you thought about that or no?
I have thought about it, and I, like you said, my future partner is gonna love me regardless of my past. And I honestly
Facts.
haven't. I don't want to overthink about it because I know that real love isn't based on what has happened before, what will happen later. It's about how you guys feel right now, how you guys are compatible and everything like that. And I want everybody, even if you caught HSV, regardless if you had a whole phase or not, remember that. Like, somebody is going to love you regardless of what happened to you. Like, it doesn't matter, especially to them, especially to that person that is really meant to love you. But I wanted to ask something, actually, because like, if like he was getting tested, right? Every week, like he said that he was.
I think
And
it's
if
every.
he was
You're right. Yeah, every 2
every
weeks.
2 weeks,
Mhm.
why can't we see a test result today? Why do we have to wait until tomorrow? If he already has a negative result from recently, why can't he post it today? Why can't he show us
Hmm.
like for sure?
Great
Hmm.
question, and I'm gonna give the answer that my understanding gave me, and then you could tell me because you're in that business. It felt like he was agreeing with me when I said that most standard testing panels does not include a blood test for HSV2. You could tell me if standard panels for the adult entertainment industry included. I guess he was saying, yeah, the majority of people don't get tested for it. So I guess he has to go out of his way and to request a test for it, and that's how we could get it. Right? Does that make
Okay,
sense?
well, I mean, but I know that. I mean, shit.
Well, we're gonna see tomorrow. I mean, I'm not trying to give him the I'm not trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, right? I don't, but tomorrow he is coming on.
I think that boy guilty. I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely think he's guilty. Like, you know what I mean? I think he's capping a little bit too much, but I think he's trying to do one of those things to say she ain't catch it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he's trying to do. How much would an apology mean to you? Like, if he was saying, "Hey, listen, I apologize," not saying it's gonna make anything better, but if he owned up to it and said, "Hey, I apologize for my unsafe practices while having sex with you," would that mean anything to you at all?
Of course, I would appreciate it. I feel like any victim of any kind of assault would appreciate an apology, a direct apology from the predator that did it to them. But honestly, it wouldn't mean anything compared to knowing that he can't do it again. Because sorry only means so much.
Question:
Uh,
what if he were to want to be like, all right, look, I'm in your city, let's meet up, let's link, and I wanna meet face to face and apologize to your face. Well, does that mean anything?
I will never, ever, ever, ever intentionally link up with that man ever in my life. Only because of what has happened with us behind closed doors.
Right. I get that.
No,
And you
I would.
didn't. I know you don't want to talk about other women, but like, so when I watched a video of the tattoo, there was another woman who got his name tatted as well. Do you believe she's contract? I know you don't want to speak about other people, but do you believe that she is contracted that virus as well? Because clearly that was during the same period where clearly you all were having sex, or he had sex with you and probably her. I'm taking it from your body language. You probably think she did.
Again. Well, I said this on Twitter. I feel like it's very disrespectful to assume somebody else's STD status, considering that he did have an outbreak while he was fucking me and her. Hey, context clues.
Do the math, right?
But I mean, I don't know. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, bitch, you got to hurt. Cause babe, I don't know. You could have been the lucky ones because there is 100% a possibility that that could happen. Not well, I'm not going to say 100%, but there is a likelihood that she could not have contracted the virus. I do know that they were having sex a week before because they literally that was one of the conversations that we had was that they were having sex a week before I even fucked a man. So and it takes a while for sores like that to heal up to the way that it did. So she could have that shit. You
How
know? I don't know.
how are you going about treating your herpes?
I'm on medication. On top of that, I am very conscious of what I put in my body. Whenever you do have herpes, you have to stay away from things like rice,
How many of y'all
bread,
niggas still
complex
hitting her?
carbs, taking lysine every day. Anybody that has herpes,
She tell y'all she taking her
lysine,
medication. How many of y'all still hitting
of
her?
milligrams of lysine a day will help balance that arginine and lysine in your system. Arginine is what causes an outbreak, so just stay away from that. That's complex carbs. That's cocoa. that's alcohol, that's
He
tobacco,
said
that's
shit.
like
Hell
unhealthy things for your
no.
body, basically. If there's high arginine levels in your body, you're going to have an outbreak.
Chat for
So,
everybody. Thank
I
you.
ain't for hell
Anyone in the live
nah.
chat that
I
has
ain't
herpes,
catching no
anyone
more
living with
bodies for the
herpes,
rest of
thank
my
you
life.
for that. Appreciate that.
of course.
Wait, you know, and again, being very serious here.
I'm cool. I'm
You know,
cool with what I got right
before I
now.
even knew, well, actually, I knew you were coming on here, and I hit up Aiden specifically. I said, make sure I'm on to speak to Gucci or whatever. But I learned going on your Twitter, and there was another person you retweeted. I promise you, I learned so
Chat is being
much
so fucking weird.
about it.
Stop, bro.
It made me a little bit more prepared to ask some of the questions, and hopefully
I ain't
people
gonna
are
lie.
watching. They,
They
obviously,
this is
you're
kind of
probably
like
not
some
coming to me and
sex
Aiden
ed
be like your
shit though.
doctor, but hopefully you can learn
They is
something.
telling us a
I
lot
wonder
of
what
shit that
you are
we
gonna do
as
in terms of,
like people and
or if you even feel
men
the
and
need
shit
to
should
do
know.
anything in
They tell us a lot
educating,
of shit
because
that
when
we should
people
know and
hear
that we should
that,
be aware
that
of and
is kind of
everything.
like the new
So I ain't gonna
HIV.
lie, I'm
Like
learning
people are like,
from this
what?
shit.
Like, but once I heard a lot of education, okay, the percentage of transmission during this time is this, blah blah blah, da, da, da. Like when I learned a lot more, and it made me a lot less ignorant, and I probably would have had a very ignorant conversation without knowing that. Do you feel like it's your job to kind of like help the masses kind of realize what this is?
Yes, 110%. I full heartedly want to become an advocate for herpes. I want to be somebody that people can ask about herpes. I think that, especially now, exposing myself to the world, I feel like it's a definite door opening to being a person that can help everybody first get past this narrative and stigma that anybody with herpes is literally just dirty. That word dirty triggers me because you can still be clean and have herpes. But yes, I definitely think that my career is more leaning towards being an advocate more than a porn star or an OnlyFans model, because even OnlyFans models, I know a ton of OnlyFans models, bright women, smart women, creative women, talented women, and they just decided to do porn, so nobody takes them serious sometimes. So it's like, I definitely think that I'm gonna switch over to that and show that I learned from my situation, and everybody can learn from my situation as well.
What
Gotcha.
did your parents think about the diagnosis? Like, I would imagine if I'm your father and I hear that, I might want to catch a body, a homie. You get what I mean? Like if I if what was the moments of you, even telling your parents? I'm guessing you probably went to them before the internet. Did they embrace you? Did they, I don't know if they were in tune with your decision to become a OnlyFans creator. Did did they hit you with the "well, I told you so," or were they, sympathetic? You tell me.
So I don't really talk to my dad for personal reasons. As far as my mother goes, supportive since day one. She's really the reason why I'm still here today, because anybody that has
Why are
caught
you guys
HSV
saying of
knows that there's
course?
suicidal tendencies that come after. So she has been my number one supporter. Even before I caught HSV, it didn't matter what I was going through. She was there to support me. So I definitely
How would y'all treat this if this was your daughter and
can
this?
say that my mom has been there. She didn't want me to do OF. She didn't want me to do porn. But she also wasn't going to shame me. She did not say, I hate you, this and that. My mom has always been like an accepting person. As far as my dad goes, he did find out that I did OnlyFans after I caught herpes, but my dad is a Caribbean man. I don't really want to tell him. He's probably gonna find out. He doesn't really have social
Wait, he
media
doesn't
as much.
know?
Like my dad doesn't know that I have herpes. No, he's probably found out
What
with the rest
country
of
you
the world.
from? What country?
Jamaica.
Oh my God, Bumba Clot. Yeah, nah, he gonna be great. You see the flag back there? They're not playing. But yeah, any siblings, by the way?
I have a little brother.
How old is he?
He is 18.
Hey, I read
Okay.
through. Again, there's a very smart woman. I believe. I think she's a woman. I don't know if it was who. Again, you retweeted a bunch. She had so many resources for people who are sex workers.
So you'll
I'm
smack
wondering
your
if
daughter for
you
this?
tapped into some of those resources, or if you
You
sought
wouldn't support
therapy.
her in a
Because again, you
situation to
mentioned
support like
suicidal thoughts, and
the
that
shit
that
that's
has
going
to,
on
you have your
inside
whole
of
life
her?
ahead of you, and
What
it
the
feels
fuck?
like you're dealing with understanding what this disease, or not disease, but virus is better than you were when you probably first contracted it.
I hope her little brother out of
you
high school
seek any
already.
therapy, or you've
I
just
just pray to
been,
God that nigga not
kinda
in
doing it on your
college,
own?
or that nigga's
Oh,
just out of
I've
high
definitely been
school.
doing it on my own.
Cause
So I
boy,
did
niggas is gonna
experience
be on
recently
his
to
ass
get
at
back in my
school,
mental
boy.
breakdown
I hope
after
that nigga ain't
quite
just turned
some
18. I hope he
time
already